9th of February 1895, volleyball was invented by William G. Morgan, the Director of Physical Education at the YMCA in Holyoke, Massachusetts. Morgan had attended the YMCA's Springfield College, where he'd met James Naismith, the inventor of basketball. After graduating, Morgan continued to work for the YMCA and soon took the position of Director of Physical Education in nearby Holyoke. Having noticed that the speed of basketball made it too challenging for weaker men and older athletes, Morgan set about devising a new game. Drawing on basketball's original aims of being a sport that could be played inside with minimal physical contact, Morgan later wrote that tennis occurred to me, but this required rackets, balls, a net and other equipment, so it was eliminated. But the idea of a net seemed a good one. Naming his game Minternet, Morgan took a year to refine the rules before staging an exhibition match at the 1896 YMCA Physical Directors Conference at Springfield after impressing the director of the Professional Physical Education Training School, Dr. Luther Halsey Gulick. The game received a very positive reception from the delegates, including from Dr. Alfred T. Halstead, who suggested renaming the game to volleyball to better reflect the objective. After the positive response to the exhibition game, Morgan continued to experiment with the rules, firstly by raising the height of the net and then by trying different types of ball to achieve the optimum weight and speed. Sporting goods company A.G. Spalding and Brothers eventually created a new type of ball that achieved this perfect balance he was seeking, and within a few years, Morgan's game had begun to spread around the world.
Nin explains the rules of volleyball. The object of the game is for your team to win 3 sets faster than the opposing team. Teams are made up of 12 players, with 6 players taking to the court at any one time. They consist of a libero and 2 setters in the back row, and a left side, right side, and middle hitters in the front row. To win a set, you must score 25 points and be at least 2 points ahead. If the scores are 25-24, for example, the game carries on until one team has a 2-point lead. Sounds easy, so how do I score these points? To score a point, you must aim to hit the ball over the net and onto your opponent's court. The court is 18 metres long and 9 metres wide, and the area you're aiming for is 9 metres by 9 metres. There is an attack line 3 metres away from the net. The net is 8 feet above the ground for men and 7 foot 4 inches above the ground for women. If the ball is hit onto the lines, this also counts as a point. Hitting the ball over the net onto the floor to win points sounds easy enough, but in volleyball, your team is only allowed up to 3 touches of the ball. The first touch is known as the pass or the bump. This is usually to control an attack from your opponents. The second touch is known as a set and is a setup so that an attacking player can make the final shot. The third touch is known as an attack or a spike. This usually is an attacking shot over the net aimed at your opponent's court. A team can opt to take less than 3 touches if they want to, and the game is a back and forth affair with both teams setting up the ball and attacking each other's court. In the sport of volleyball, however, it's very easy to lose points. There's a lot of things you can't do in volleyball. You cannot hit the ball onto the ground outside the area of play. You cannot hit the ball twice in succession. You cannot catch or throw the ball. You cannot step over the line during a serve. You cannot touch the net or run under the net. You cannot hit the ball into the antennas of the net. And as earlier mentioned, you cannot touch the ball more than 3 times. All of these errors result in your opponent being awarded a point and the next serve. Once your team has won a point, all players must rotate clockwise to stand in a new position. Once a team has won 25 points and is at least 2 points ahead, they win a set. The team that wins 3 sets first wins. If both teams have won 2 sets each, the 5th and last set only goes to 15 points. That's basically volleyball in a nutshell, but there's a few other things you'll need to understand before playing or going to a game. For example, block. When an attack is imminent, a defender can jump in the air and try and stop the attack reaching the floor. You're not allowed to reach over the net, but the advantage is that a block does not count towards your 3 touches should the ball end up on your side of the court. Dig. A dig is a play to stop the ball hitting the ground after an attack. Players will usually dive onto the floor to rescue a ball, and unlike blocks, a dig does count towards one of your 3 touches. Libero. A libero is a defensive specialist who can come on at any time in place of any back row player. A libero wears a different coloured jersey to the rest of the team and is usually the most agile player on the team. Their job is to rescue imminent attacks by performing spectacular digs. However, a libero cannot serve the ball, a libero cannot make an attacking shot above the net, and a libero cannot step over the attack line. Substitution. During a stoppage in play, a team can substitute up to 6 players per set. To do this, they must inform the officials who will count the substitutions. Players re-entering must assume the same position they came out from. A libero can be substituted an unlimited amount of times, and only 1 player can be substituted at any time. Now this is a lot to take in, but as you watch or play volleyball, the rules will become clear. If you found this video at all helpful, please like, share and subscribe. It takes me ages to make one of these things, and good karma is very much appreciated. Be sure to follow me on Twitter also, but in the meantime, enjoy volleyball.
Hi everyone! Today we are going to discuss the volleyball equipment and facilities. First is the ball. Volleyball. It is a ball used to play indoor volleyball, beach volleyball, or other less common variations of the sport. Volleyballs are round and traditionally consist of 18 nearly rectangular panels of synthetic or genuine leather, arranged in 6 identical sections of 3 panels, each wrapped around a bladder. So here is the ball used in volleyball. And next, volleyball court dimension. Okay, the volleyball court is 60 feet by 30 feet in total. The net is placed in the center of the court, making each side of the net 30 feet by 30 feet. Here is the volleyball court dimensions. So first is the center line. Here is the center line. A center line is marked at the center of the court, dividing it equally into 30 feet squares above which the net is placed. So ito po yung center line, and each side measures 30 feet squares. Next, attack line. So attack line is marked 10 feet of each side of the center line. So yung attack line from the center line, 10 feet each side is where the attack line. So ito yung attack line, 10 feet from the center line. Next, service line. Service line is the area from which the server may serve the volleyball. Is marked 10 feet inside the right side on each backline. So, ang service line ay nandito. 10 feet siya doon sa right side ng court. 10 feet long. Here. Dito kung saan nag-serve ang player or ang server. Next is the net. So the net is placed directly above the center line, 7 feet 4 inches above the ground for women and 8 feet above the ground for men. So again, yung net ay placed directly above the center line. So 7 feet and 4 inches ang taas ng net for women and 8 feet above the ground para naman sa men. Next is the poles. Volleyball poles should be set at 36 feet apart, 3 feet further out from the sidelines. So, yung poles daw ito ay sineset siya 36 feet apart. 36 feet na magkalayo. So, kung dito, 36 apart, dito naman yung isa. And 3 feet further from the sideline. So, ito yung sideline, dapat 3 feet, 3 feet yung kanilang pagitan. That's it. That is the volleyball equipment and facilities. Thank you for listening. Bye!